C1. You are listening at FameTV.info. The weather was beautiful. Ning Ran, 60 years old, was sitting under a purple vine in his own courtyard. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps rang out. His granddaughter ran over and laid on her lap. "Grandmother, I'm back. I want to hear your story." Ning Ran slowly opened his eyes, instinctively leaning over to pick up his granddaughter, and looked at the couple that came in. "Why did you guys come back?" She had some doubts. It wasn't a weekend, not a New Year celebration. Her daughter and son-in-law were both busy people, so how could they have the time to bring their obedient grandsons to visit her? Ningyu helplessly said, "Mom, today is your birthday." His son-in-law Hu Wenyuan also quickly followed, "Mom, where do you want to go for your birthday this year? There were many fun places in the imperial city. Or do you have a wish?" Ning Ran hugged his grandson and seriously thought about it. "I want my mother to come back to life." Pfft. The tea that Hu Wenyuan had just picked up almost spilled out when he heard this. Did his mother-in-law tease him? This wish was a bit too big. Ningyu. Ning Ran patted his granddaughter's small belly, looked at the purple vine flower above his head. With a sorrowful look, he recalled. "My mother was at my age when my father pushed her down to the ground, broke her waist, and she was unable to get out of bed, and she eventually starved to death in bed. She gritted her teeth and said the last few words." Her expression darkened. As Hu Wenyuan wiped his wet pants, he quickly tried to smooth things over under the angry glare of his wife. "Mom," Ning Ran sighed. "I will carry my obedient grandson in and lie down for a while." Trembling, she stood up and pulled her granddaughter into the room. "Happy birthday, Grandma." Hu Cece, who was lying on the bed, was confused. "Grandmother, tell me my grandmother's story this time." Ning Ran pulled his moving granddaughter back to his side, his eyes moved slightly, carrying deep longing. "Your grandmother is a strong woman," she whispered about her longing for her mother. As she grew old, she kept thinking how great it would be if she could make another choice for her mother. This way, her mother wouldn't die miserably in bed. As her daughter, she wouldn't have a violent father. Maybe even a good childhood and a happy family. Thinking of this, she slowly closed her eyes and sank into sleep. "You damned girl, why aren't you awake yet? Someone who wants to see you in a bit is here. Seeing you like this, you might just turn around and leave." Ning Ran frowned unhappily as he heard the scolding voice of a woman. Feeling pushed again, she rubbed her eyes impatiently. When he saw what the person in front of him looked like, Ning Ran opened his eyes wide in disbelief and pinched his thigh. The person standing in front of her was her grandmother, Ren Huiqing. Her head was in a mess, and she couldn't think straight. She looked the person in front of her up and down, and when she was sure that he was exactly the same as her grandmother, who had died in her memory, she half opened her mouth in surprise. What was going on? "Ning Qing, did you hear what your mother said to you?" Another furious roar came from beside Ning Ran's ears, causing her to subconsciously nod her head. "Outside. What are you doing in my dreams right now?" As soon as she finished speaking, the pain from her arm caused her to gasp. Ren Huiqing stuck his waist as he cast a cold glance at his foolish daughter. "You woke up from your dream. Stop playing the fool with me. Hurry up and get up. When people come and see you in a while and see you like this, your reputation will be ruined." Ning Ran was completely awakened by this pinch, and out of the corner of his eyes, he saw that his surroundings were different from his own family, not a dream. "I am Ning Qing." Ning Qing was her mother's full name. After her mother died, in order to leave some thought for herself, she made the decision to change her surname to Ning. What the hell? After waking up, she actually became her mother. In the 80s, with a cold face, Ren Huiqing stretched his hand out to pinch Ning Ran's body again. "Reject her. If you don't want to go on a blind date, you're going to let her be an idiot." Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.